Hey guys, it's Mike the Gun Guy. This is like the third time I've tried to shoot this video. Welcome to the laboratory. As you can see, it's a mess. There is Gunner, the gun dog. Brand new little 4-month-old chocolate lab. But what I want to talk about are these cool little packs right here. I have been doing I got a lot going on right now. The first thing I want everybody to know is I paid for these with my own money. See up there? Purchased 2 times. I actually ordered more today. And I'll leave links to all this down in the description. I ordered more today because you can see I ordered right there. You can see I ordered 3. These things are one of the best values on Amazon, I believe. Now, one of the most important things that everybody needs to understand is I buy everything that I talk about. Nobody gives me anything. 99.9% of the reviews you see on YouTube are horseshit because people are paying for those reviews. They're giving these guys items to get good reviews to get moved up on the screen. I actually dig through a lot of stuff back on page 10 and 20 of Amazon because those are people that have products that are not paying for reviews. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to go down a path of something with what's called a T-beam and Meshtastic and my own long-range text messaging system. Right now we have it stretched out where we're texting about 76 miles. And it's off-grid, uses no cellular data. Actually, we've been testing, what have we been testing? These tablets. I bought about 15 of different tablets, and I've decided this Sloveno M8 is for an Android tablet, which I am absolutely an iOS guy for my phones and stuff, but I think there's some value in having an Android with the ability to sideload stuff on it, which you can do with an Apple if you jailbreak it and all that bullshit. But anyway, this thing had a pretty good battery life, and it's 5,000 milliamp hours. What that is 5 amp hours. They like to put these big numbers on here because weak minds don't understand the difference. That it's literally a 5 amp hour battery. So this is probably one of the best cheap Android tablets I bought. Could I probably spend, that's Ralph. That's Gunner and Ralph. Ralph is Gunner's best friend. But could have probably found a better tablet for like $400 or $500. I could, but this one for what we're doing is perfect. So there's no cellular chip in here. I'm sorry, no cell chip and no GPS in this device, and that's important to me for a lot of reasons. It is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth only, so that is important to the T-beams and Meshtastic, and we'll get into all that later. But so back to these, I ran across these. What I was looking for was a pass-through solar power device. What pass-through means is I can set this out in the sun and then plug a phone or a tablet or whatever into it. And if the battery is dead, it would still charge. This is not it. It turns out there's not a whole lot out there that does that. So the pass-through charging is pretty hard to find. Very difficult to find on Amazon, and it costs a shitload more money than these do. But these had value in something else. We'll talk about it. I did run across these deals from Voltaic. If you, I'll save you a whole bunch of time and money. This is the only thing I found on Amazon that does what I needed to do. It's got an always-on feature. It doesn't come that way, but you can hit this button right here, and you can get it set up that way. You hold it for like 30 seconds or something like that. So this is always on. This will always have power right now. It will, which means it's at least trying to discharge. What are you doing? It'll always try and discharge. But I can charge this with a solar panel and charge a device or run a device in my case off of it. Now this is the V50. It's like 12 amp hours, I think. They make a V25. I'm waiting for it to come back in stock because that's what I need. Or want, I should say. Yeah, okay. So I'll leave links to these. They also make a 19 amp hour one. This is 12, we'll call it 13 amp hours. That's what this is. This is a V50. They make the V25, and the V25 is what I need for what I'm trying to do with it. I really don't need this much battery. Not that those don't have value for something else. So there's a lot of misinformation, or more to the point, there's a lot of stupidity when it comes to solar. I'm going to be doing a review on this solar panel here pretty quick. This is a 21 watt solar panel that is foldable and waterproof. It's downstairs, actually outside, sitting right now. I've got a test running on it with a device that ran through last night, so it's going to run into this morning. Anyway, hands down for the money, I bought some double and triple fold panels from, I think the cheapest one I bought was like $18, and the most expensive one was over $100. And this one was right in the middle at 42 bucks, and this thing is fantastic. This is my go-to charger now. It's virtually indestructible. It's waterproof. There'll be a whole review coming on that. Anyway, this thing was able to charge this tablet from 16% to 44% and in an hour of Northwest Pennsylvania sun yesterday, which it was a little overcast, but it was mostly sun. So what I wanted, back to this, which is what I really wanted to talk about. These have value in something else. If you have not set up a charging block underneath the back seat in your trunk or underneath the back seat of your car or whatever, and kept some to keep some stuff charging. Hey, knock it off. Get over there. Go over, lay down. Terrorist. He's a chewer. Anyway, if it's a 20 amp hour battery, which in and of itself is no big deal. It'll charge your average phone these days. Have like 10 amp hour batteries. It'll charge the phone twice. This little, we'll say 2-inch by 4.5 or 5-inch solar panel, which I bet if I read would tell me on here, it will, it's not going to charge itself overnight. In fact, I'm going to do a test with one of these with the next part I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to set it out in the sun and see how long it takes it to get back to see them 4 little lights. This is the cool thing about here. This thing is stupid bright. And when I say stupid bright, I mean stupid bright. Back, let's show you. Gotta love my 70s porn carpet above the gun store, don't you? Stay. So that's just ambient light from you. Stay. Gunner, stay. So just for a point of reference, Alexa, turn on the kitchen light. There's, really see the 70s porn carpet. Alexa, turn off the kitchen light. Now here is that thing is stupid crazy bright. Those are some ugly carpets. I don't own this building, so yeah, you're not going out. Oops. So the value in this isn't, I mean, it is being able to charge your phone a couple of times. So the first test I tried with these, one of my employees screwed up because they come out and they're like, dude, I found your light out there laying in the garage and it was on, so I turned it off for you. At that point, it had ran 2 days and it was only down somewhere between a second and a third top. So I got to start over. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to let it run just the light itself, 24 hours a day, 7 days, until it shuts off. Because I have full video surveillance, like this is the doggy door where Gunner comes in and out. Because I have full video surveillance, and I can put it in the garage, which the garage is a travesty right now too. Anyway, I'll set it up here, and I will, that's more of the mad laboratory desk right there. This is where I'm building all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so once I get a full test on how long these are going to last, I ordered 3 more of them. Those ones are orange. I am going to put 2 or probably 3 of these underneath the back seat of my truck. I wired up a charging block with like 15 USB devices. This is going to take up probably 3 of those ports. Depending on how long it takes to fully or mostly, recharge one of these in the sun, will depend on how many I put. So if I get enough charge on one of these in 2 days to recharge a phone, I will have 3 of these. That way there's 2 always charging in the sun and 1 that I can use. And what most people don't realize, so if I put 2 of these out in the sun, right, and I get a little bit of a charge on both of these, that night when the sun goes away, I take both of these, or one of them, and I plug into this one, and I charge this one back up. So I can set all these out in the sun while and I get a little bit of a charge on all 3 of these. And then I plug this one into this one, charge this one, and then I plug this one into this one, and I charge this one, and this one ends up with full charge, right? Or you go back to a solution like this. Where to go? That solar panel, right? So that trifold solar panel is 21 watt solar panel. Like this thing charged that Android tablet, wherever it went, there it is. In an hour of sunlight, it went from 16 to 44%. So that's what, 25% of the battery life? 44 minus 16 is, okay, 28. Yeah, so that's give or take a quarter of the battery life. So I recharged about 1,000, maybe 1,200 milliamp hours in an hour of sunlight. So that wasn't bad. I could take one of them, set one of these outside, get it probably most of the way charged. And it actually has 2 ports, but then you're splitting your power, so big deal. But there are ways with just a few devices to keep yourself in power. What you're not going to do, and I see all these reviews, and just because something has a whole bunch of negative reviews, read the reviews and see how much of there is stupidity. For instance, of the bad reviews of this thing, excuse me, and there are a bunch, not a bunch, 1710, 5 and 5. Of these bad reviews, I think I found one that said it arrived dead, which, you know what, shit happens. This thing is waterproof, it is solid, it is ready to go. No, it's not going to, from flat, with a 2-inch by 4-inch solar panel, charge your iPad back to 100% in 15 minutes. It's not going to happen. It's not a quick charger. It's not any of that. But that's not the value in this anyway. The value in this is that light. This thing is small. I don't have a scale here, but it doesn't weigh shit. What's this say it weighs? 9 ounces, 10 ounces, we'll call it 9.9 ounces. You can't afford to not have one of these in every in every pack, in every truck, in every vehicle. I mean, they're $20. The light alone is worth it. Anyway, so that is, and I'll have links to all this, the voltaic and all that. And there's so many more videos coming on real world tests of devices. I have tons and tons and tons of these stupid battery packs that I've bought on Amazon. And when I say tons, you have no idea. And I buy all this shit with my own money. Nobody's giving me anything. Like I said, there. Like, I just bought more of these. I'm going to do a whole review on these. These things are, I bought a case of 12. And it's a stupid little flashlight. This is, again, something that if you don't have one of these in your car, in a glove box, you're an idiot. They pump charge. And they have, no, this is not Gunner thinks it's a toy, huh? This is your toy, huh? No. It's not a squeaky. Go get Ralph. I mean, are they down through the wood? No, they're not down through the woods. But what it is, it's an emergency light. So what happens when you go out into a situation and bad shit happens and you need to see? What's the first thing you do? You turn the light on your cell phone and start draining your cell phone battery. Right? That's what you do. This will keep you from killing your cell phone battery. I just bought another brick of these because they were nothing. And when I say they are nothing, I mean they were nothing. $16.95 is what I paid for a brick of 12. Right there's a box of these that's still half full. Because I've been giving them to my sister and my niece, and I need to send some out to my kids. But these things are like less than $2. They're like only $1.25, really. You'd be a fool not to have 2 or 3 of these stashed in your car. Center console, glove box, door panels, whatever. Because why wouldn't you? I'll put a link to them down there too. But yeah, you go out. Let's say you get out and you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you get a flat tire, and you open the trunk and find out your jack's not there, or your spare tire's flat, or whatever. You're not going anywhere, and you've got intermittent cell service. So the first thing you don't realize is the minute you get intermittent cell service, or you're out of cell service, the drain on your battery goes way up because your phone's searching for towers. Once connected, it kind of goes into low power mode. But while it's searching, it's burning battery. So, we just pull this out and I can recharge it again. If I get 3 of them, I got plenty of time on there. In the meantime, I heard a scary noise or whatever. And do you want to turn on your light and kill your cell phone more? Or do you want to pull out your little squeezy light and look and make sure that it is not a saber-toothed man-eating gorilla coming after you? It's actually a small terroristic puppy. But value. If you don't have, I have mine set up underneath my back seat of my truck. I guess I'll do a video on it to show it. I bought a charging block. My truck has a power inverter factory in it. So it's not enough of a power inverter to do anything. It'll charge maybe a laptop or whatever. So what I did is I ran an extension cord up underneath the back seat of my truck and got one of those little flat face turny extension cords and ran it down underneath the passenger compartment up behind the seat, and I put a charging block with 12 USB ports behind my back seat. So what I can do is I can leave a couple, 3 of these plugged in. I can leave a USB rechargeable flashlight plugged in. And that is all the stuff in my get home bag that might need to have power. Something like one of these blocks, like my USB Streamlight. So what that does is all the stuff in my get home bag is sitting there ready to be charged, or sitting there completely charged. And as natural drain on battery happens, being that the inverter shuts off when the truck does, it's not like constantly feeding it power, and there's no drain on the battery in general, and it just works out really well. Anyway, I'll leave links to all this stuff in the description. This is actually right here is one of them, the battery packs that I bought, or the charging packs. There's 2 of these underneath the seat of my truck. As you can see, maybe I got this off of Amazon too. So it's got 3 USB 3 ports and 3 USB-C ports, 20 watts and 3 amps. These little power boxes are dope. As far as they're 96 watts total, which, like those little charging towers there, aren't shit. They're garbage. They're junk. Don't buy them. They won't even charge effectively. Won't even charge GoPro batteries. So now I really have went down the path. Just bought more. Absolutely think this is a great solution. I will do a follow-up with how long it takes to discharge that light and how long it takes in normal real sun to not... If I had sunlight for 26 hours straight, I could charge... The math geeks are great. I'm more interested in real world things. As I said, nobody pays me to do these reviews. Maybe nobody will watch this review. I don't care. These are fantastic. And they could be gone tomorrow. If you come to this video after any length of time and you follow the link and they're not there, that means they're gone. So right now, as of August 13th, they are here and they work just fine. So appreciate you guys watching. There is a lot more coming, and I'll get the GoPros back out. It won't be cell phone video. Appreciate you guys watching, and have a good day. Oh, by the way, one more thing. I do not sell these on my website, which is gunguypa.com, but you will find a lot of stuff that you might be looking for on there. I appreciate it if you go check it out. Thanks for watching. Be careful.